Thank you, Chairman Mastriano, and to members of the committee for your consideration of this important piece of legislation. This bill will ensure effective use of state grants so that taxpayer funds are committed only to projects with clearly delineated grantee commitments and obligations. In addition, this bill will provide clawback authority for recapturing any surplus or excess taxpayer-provided funds. In November of 2017, the Auditor General issued the results of an audit of a $10 million state grant program. Among the findings were the absences of a clawback provision requiring the Commonwealth to be the payer of last resort, and provisions that state money must be used only after all privately raised funds have been expended. In fact, that audit actually found a surplus of $2.5 million, none of which was returned to taxpayers. This legislation will implement several of the Auditor General's recommendations and reforms, including that state funds are to be used only after all other sources of funding have been exhausted, state grant funds used to contract for services or products costing in excess of $10,000 shall be competitively bid, and if the total sum of funds received from all project funding sources exceeds the total cost projected in the application, surplus funds received must be returned to the state. We are currently living through a global pandemic and working through a very challenging state budget. This is making it urgent that all of us as legislators take a hard look at how we can effectively utilize taxpayer dollars. This piece of legislation is just one way to rein in excessive spending and save taxpayer dollars while assuring that we are funding worthy projects prudently and responsibly. Thank you so much for your consideration.